Evening. Hoo-hoo. What a day. Oh, this is the life. Just out a wee walk through the loch. It's so shallow. You can walk out for miles. It's literally just so shallow here. Sharing it with the ducks. So I went and tested myself today, and I've worked it out as about 17 kilometres. Pair of shorts, a bottle of Oshi, which is like a electrolyte drink, and away I went. A hat and a pair of shades, and literally that was me. And I did a loop walk, a run, a walk and a run. I ran, I would say about, I probably ran about 60% of it. And that was my route today, right away around there, and away out round the back of that ridge and all the way back again. And I caught 3 or 4 kind of summits, and I reckon it was about 17 kilometres. It was over, definitely thereabouts. That's me just having a kind of quick sketch on a map. And I didn't mean to go that far, and I wasn't really equipped, but it was a really nice day, amazing clarity. And because of the way the loop kind of is, I knew that I was only ever really, I just had to turn back. I was on the right path and stuff. I had loads of carbs before I left, a couple of gel sachets before I left, so I was really charged up. And I didn't mean to go that far. I did mean to go out and do about 9 or 10k. As it turns out, you know, I just cracked on and kept going because I felt really good, and I feel good still now. So now I'm down in the loch, and as you can see, I'm kind of, you wouldn't believe how shallow this is. I'm out here, and there's people over in the shoal there, and I'm just enjoying the crack, me and the ducks. It's lovely. Had a wee dip, caught a bit of sun today. Obviously I'd factor 50 on all day, but this loch, don't know if any of you were thinking about coming up to here with kids for paddle boarding and stuff. This has got to be the safest loch in Scotland. It's shallow for, I'm out 150 metres from the shoreline, can literally walk across it. It's about 18 inches deep, 2 feet deep in places, sandy bottom. It's so shallow, it's so safe. It's an amazing environment for kids. You wouldn't have to worry too much because if they fall off, they can stand straight up and get right back on again. So brilliant place. Lucas telling me to ditch the sun cream because it's dodgy. It's a kind of natural, kind of good quality one, mate. It's like aloe vera and stuff, but listen, if I don't wear it, mate, I go red like a lobster. So it does help me. And if I don't wear it and I go out, I get fatigue, and it really fries me. So I don't have the luxury of taking sun as well as a lot of people. This is beautiful out here. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm out here in the middle of this loch. I've got it. Look. It's brilliant. You can walk out here and feed the ducks right out your hand. Lie down, sit in the bottom. It's just gravel and sand. Great environment. Oh, you'd love it, Luca. But you'd need to go about another 100 feet out, because then it gets slightly deeper for a wee swim. But aye, the boathouse is down there where you can hire paddle boards and stuff, or you bring your own, parking all the way along, right on the water's edge, and you just launch yourself in, and you can walk all the way along this shoreline. It's so shallow and safe. There's safe areas for barbecues and stuff. It's a great place. It really is a great place. It's hard to beat. So that was it today. That was the route up there, and I'm glad I pushed on. And I was away for it did take me a few hours, and there was a lot of walkers out today with the weather, making the most of it. So I'm thinking that I probably ran maybe 60-65% of the way. I went for a dip. Up there's a beautiful loching up in at the face of that rock face up there, and David's asking, this is Loch Morlich, David. This is Loch Morlich in the Rothiemurchus estate. That's the Cairngorms up there. Cairngorm, you've got Cairntoul and Brearach and Ben Macdhu and the Devil's Point. You've got the Charlemagne Pass, you've got the Larry Grew over there. Some of the best hill walking in all of Scotland, in my opinion anyway. It's for a summer venue, I love it. And for a winter venue, you'll find me mainly in Torridon or Wester Ross or Glencoe. But for the summer, this is the place to be. The summer walking up here is incredible. The boys were busy up in the summits today, building the pathways up and doing some maintenance. Great work if you can get it. Dropped off by the helicopter first thing in the morning, picked up in the afternoon. And weather like this, that's really going to be hard to beat, isn't it? Let's be honest. So aye, this is Morlich. It's a beautiful place. Beautiful skies. Very peaceful. And if you fancy the cold water, if you fancy giving it a try, but you're maybe a little bit wary, this is the place, because it's so shallow, so it actually heats up a lot quicker than most Scottish lochs with marginal shelves and drop-offs. And I don't advise, you know, jumping into Loch Lomond off the bat. I really don't. I don't advise MD to be doing it. I think it's crazy. I know a young guy, 24, died last week at the Falls of Falloch, which was just sad. It's avoidable. He didn't leave the house that morning thinking he would have any issues, and there you go, a family probably destroyed forever. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of jumping into waterfalls. I never have been, and I'm not a fan of jumping into deep water off of piers. I think it's stupidity. Because if you've been out in the sunshine all day and it's 25 degrees and your body's absolutely roasting, and then you dip your toes into the edge of the loch and you think, oh, that's quite warm, but when you go out off the end of a pier, the top 18 inches is warm, and then as you go down the thermocline, you know, you get a band of cold water. So you hit that because you've jumped in, and as you plummet under, you rapidly expel air and you inhale water, and then you've got major problems. So I don't want to talk about that. It's a horrible subject, and people don't do their homework. They just throw themselves in because they've got an audience. There's a bit of bravado, there's usually a bit of alcohol involved, and your mates are egging you on, so you're not going to be a bottle merchant in about turn. If you step up to a pier or a cliff, most people go and jump, and every year people bite off more than they can chew, so to speak. It's not an end I would like to invite, so I just avoid it at all costs. But as I say, guys, it can be done really safely. Look at this. I mean, I'm just over my knees here, right? And if I want to lie down, I can lie in this water and just have my wee dip. I've already had a dip, which is nice after the day I had. It's really good for my muscles. I'm feeling good already. And I've been getting fitter. So I've started, I was always a runner. And over the years, I kind of fell away from the running, and I'm getting the bug back for it, and I'm really starting to enjoy it again. And I can feel my lungs rapidly starting to come back to how they used to be. So yeah, I've got you might say, what am I training for, right? Well, actually I am training for something. I'm thinking about running the Cape Wrath Trail. I'm thinking about trying to run it in like, you know, 4 or 5 days, something like that. It's 150 miles or something, so thinking about doing that. That's kind of been in my mind for a wee while. It just kind of, I kept looking at it, and the more I look at it, I've walked quite a lot of it, but I like it. And the more I see it, the more I think I could run that. I could run that in a few days, I reckon. I ran the West Highland Way in 3 days. That's 100 miles. It's actually 98 miles. But the way I did it, it worked out about 102 miles. And I ran it in 3 days, but that was 20 years ago, so you can't live in the past. So I fancy it. I fancy giving it a bash. But I'd need to lose 15 or 20 pounds of body fat. So I would need to do that first. There's no point in dragging extra weight with you if you can rip it off. So I'm going to work towards it. It's a goal, it's a target. And that's what I'm going to do. Annie, thank you for that very, very kind donation that you sent. Annie B, I'm very, very grateful all the way from America. Thank you very much. So guys, that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to start putting plans in place for this. I'm just going to pick a date. I'm going to pluck a date out the top of my head, and that will be my date. I'm not actually going to plan anything. I'm going to throw kit together, which is my basic kit I take everywhere anyway, so I don't really need to outsource anything or overthink anything. I would be travelling light with a sleeping bag and a Gore-Tex bivy bag. Probably no tent, maybe just a tarp shelter and 2 poles. And sleep as little as I can, maybe 4 hours a night, and then go again. So I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it, and see, now that I've said it, I have to do it now, don't I? I'll see how I go on with it. It's that old adage of wanting to test yourself all the time, and the more I think about it, I just say to myself that I'm going to give it a bash. Do you know, I've got my phone on a selfie stick, right? And I've got it inside a little Yoshi waterproof bag. I got it off Amazon. It was like $6.99. So watch this, right? I'm going to put it under the water. See what you can see. Obviously, it loses signal as soon as it goes under the water. I'll try it again quickly, so you can see how clear the water is. Yeah, it loses signal under the water, but it does actually. It's completely waterproof. It's a brilliant thing. Amazing. It's totally waterproof. It's got a lanyard on it, and I just clip it around the selfie stick so I don't lose it. This is the life. So that's the crack. There's a big bowl in it. A Yoshi it's called. And it's got 2 little clips, and it's bloody amazing. I'm well impressed, but I'm easily impressed with stuff like that, because, you know, 20 years ago we didn't have stuff like that. You had Ortlieb, which was the best brand in the market, and you bought an Ortlieb map case, and you bought an Ortlieb canoe sack for your kit inside your Bergen, and that was your life. They were expensive items. I've still got them, and it's amazing to say that Ortlieb canoe sack is still absolutely as perfect as the day I bought it. I bought it out of, it wasn't Taunton Leisure, it was, you know, it might have been Taunton Leisure if they were in Exeter. I think they were, because we used to go there for all our kit. Well, I'm in, this is Lochmorlich, mate. There's the ducks. This is Morlich on the Rothiemurchus estate. If I can get one of those ducks swimming by, I'll put the phone under it and see where its legs are doing. Well, that was my day, guys. I cracked that. So I started there, Right about there I started, and yeah, it's Morlick, Susan, spot on. Martin, there are trout, eels, some pike. I believe there's possibly salmon run into it. The river does look like it's got a run of salmon and maybe sea trout. But it's one of the shallowest lochs in Scotland. As big as it is, it's only 20 feet deep in the middle. Yeah, it's about about 30 feet tops, I'm thinking, because I think it goes down to about 15 metres. So really, really shallow. Marginally, you can walk out for miles all the way around it. And if anybody fancies coming, the river mouth's just there, and there's a woodland path, an amazing path. You can cycle or walk the entire perimeter of this loch all the way back to the boathouse where you can get a refreshment. And it's amazing. You know, it's a great wee place, it really is. It's super friendly. And it's got to be one of the best locations in Scotland for kids and families and stuff. I just love coming down and getting into the water. As you can see, the water's pretty much crystal clear. It's just snow melt straight off of these hills. There's a couple of streams come into it. There's a main river over there, which is, the river's like gin. I actually get a lot of my drinking water from it when I'm in this area. So, yeah, it's someplace. And if anyone fancies it, I'm going to put a date on in the next couple of weeks for yous. And if anyone wants to come and meet, I'm going to give yous a location, and I'm going to take a team of people, a nice walk. And I would say it will be about an intermediate level. It will be decent walking all the way. I've picked a really nice route, and I've done it twice myself to make sure it's suitable for people. It's not too steep, it's not a killer. It's really good underfoot. And I'll do it the day before, and I'll leave some water at various locations for people and some juice. And I'm going to take a group of people that want to come round it, and then get yous back, and I'll have a wee tent set up and stuff, and I'll throw in a wee barbecue or something. So yes, it's a lovely area. And I think most of these, basically, you know, it goes into like the main river up here is obviously the Spey for the salmon boys. I've swam in the Spey. It's a fast river, but there's some great bits in it, shallow, pretty safe, and it's an amazing river for kayaking and canoeing. There's a few other rivers. There's the Tromie, there's the Feshie, all kind of salmon rivers. But yeah, just in general, this is just a great location. So if anyone's interested, in the next couple of weeks I'll post a date. It will be a weekend. It'll be a Saturday or a Sunday, and it won't be an overnighter. That will come in time, but I'm going to take a group of yous round, and I'll make sure yous have got enough refreshments and food and stuff. You'll just basically have to turn up, and it will be suitable for trainers, a decent pair of trainers, and just a wee lightweight day sack for your kit. I've got 3 or 4 wee day sacks there as well, and I've got loads of water bottles and stuff. So yeah, we'll do that. Okay, how's that sound? Right, I'm gonna get out of here. The horse flies are out. I hate them, and I don't like to get bit because I've had sepsis a couple of times, as you know. And if you get a bad bite from them and it goes septic, then my what's this? Naked HD, our help. That's fuck off, you idiot. Sorry about that. One of the mad porn channels. If I get a bite for one of them and it goes septic, it takes a long time to heal, because apparently my immune system is never as good as it was because of that sepsis. Aye, wee man, I seen that, some spammer. They do pop up in the comments apparently in a lot of YouTube channels, but I mean it's no my interest. Not to worry. There's a couple of campers just setting up right there. And there's all the parking bays in there right along for your vans and stuff. Right guys, before the horseflies chew the life out of me, I'm gonna get cracking. Tell the truth, is the water cold? It's not cold, Martin, honestly. It really isn't cold, mate. It's not cold at all. Watch this. I'll give you a laugh. Oh. Right, let me see. There you go, mate. Just so you know it's not that cold, because it would take my breath away if it was. That's one way to stop the horseflies landing on you. You coming in, mate, for a dip? Not yet. It's lovely. Aye, I'm on YouTube. Aye, it's lovely. So aye, there you go. I don't know what the water temperature would be, maybe 8, 10. Not be much more than that. No, it might be 10 or 11, 12. It's lovely. Oh. These were £7 out of Tesco. Neoprene. And they fit me perfect. They're a 7, nice and tight. Brilliant. So, get a set of them and you'll not go far wrong. Celsius, I don't know, it's yeah, it's about maybe 10 degrees. I don't think it'd be much more than that. You just lie in it and you get used to it. Does you a world of good. Especially after the miles I done the day with my legs. My muscles will be good for your muscles. One thing I hate of all nature is horseflies, clegs. Hate them. Martin, I've been up here a couple of months. In the hills every day. Love it. And the further up you go, it's not quite as busy, but I couldn't be in Glencoe just now, which is one of my favourite places in the UK. I spend my winters in Glencoe, but it's too busy with the tourists. Oh, that'll do me. Oh, here we go. I've got a bit of sun today, look. Bit of sunshine today. Right guys, hope you enjoyed the scenery. All the best. I'm going to go and get dried now and get a wee bit of dinner. Okie doke. Nessie. Nessie's in Loch Ness, which is maybe about 40 minutes. Don't like Loch Ness, it's dark water. It's peaty dark water and it's no nice. Get yourselves up here, right? Night night. Dinner time for me. Thanks everyone. Bye.